Good morning. How are you all doing? I'm still buzzing. I am still buzzing. I'm buzzing that much that I've just watched Lazarus again. And so I just want to talk a bit more of what we saw in the episode. So this is going to be quite a spoiler-filled episode. So if you haven't seen the episode, I suggest you don't watch this video. I have done a review already previous to this, so you can watch that if you want, because that is spoiler-free. But this one's going to be pretty heavily spoiled. So, Clark Kent survives his fall after he stabs himself with a blue kryptonite to get rid of Zod. It's amazing how, whilst he's having his near-death experience, he's talking to Jor-El, and it's all about him having the second chance that Jor-El tells him that, because he died, the world pretty much was not safe anymore, and it kind of gives you an idea as to the magnitude of the evil that was unleashed at the time of when Clark fell from his crow's nest, and it gives you that insight as to what we're expecting for the season, and that insight actually appeared just at the end of the episode in the form of black smoke that then appeared into the shape of Darkseid. And that, honestly, as soon as the black smoke formed into Darkseid, my expression was this: that was, I thought, I wasn't expecting to see Darkseid that early in the season at all. Okay, if you had said to me last week or at Comic-Con, if the producers had said, by the way, you're going to see a glimpse of Darkseid in the season premiere, I would have gone, okay, yeah, no, I don't think so, you're just teasing us. But oh my god, and it looks amazing. Darkseid looks amazing. Yes, it's in CG form, but they nailed his appearance. So far they've nailed it, so let's hope for the rest of the season, if we get more appearances, I'm hoping for better, for a better form of him, to look really good. I think a CG version would work, and this episode confirmed that for me anyway. Speaking of Darkseid and how much more we're going to see of him, Brian Peterson did an interview with the guys at TV Guide, and he actually does state that in episode 3, which is Supergirl, well, all he says is, for comic book fans, there will be a comic storyline woven into that episode. Now, what I will say to that is, if you've read Superman, Batman, Supergirl, and then watched Superman, Batman, Apocalypse, I think I can see where Brian is going with that. So I'll be looking out for that. Moving back to Lazarus, Lois and Clark. Now, I think this is the first time that I have actually enjoyed a close interaction between Lois and Clark, because obviously, yes, Lois now knows that Clark is the Blur because she saves him. She takes the blue dagger out and throws it away, brings him back to life, kind of thing. But it's when Clark arrives at the Daily Planet, and before he arrives, Lois is looking through the archive computers and notices that Pete Ross, Lana Lang, Chloe all knew about Clark's secret. She was the last one to know and everything. But then when she hears the whooshing sound of Clark running in, she turns the computer off, kind of thing, and then she accidentally drops her pen under the table, goes under the table, so that Clark can super speed to the drawer that he's looking for this story that he's doing, and then super speed back to where he was standing. And she purposely did that just to confirm her suspicions, kind of thing, and to hear the whooshing as well, I would imagine. But it really got her excited. And the other bit was how she teased Clark about the Blur giving her a passionate kiss. And I was sitting there and I was watching it, I was thinking, Lois, you know how to work him. That's all. Like, Lois knows how to work Clark now. Now that she knows his secret, she will know how to work him. Excuse me, but I still think that in order to protect him, knowing with Lois knowing that he is the Blur, in order to protect him, that's why she ends up going off to Africa. Yes, she's going to miss him a great deal, but you know what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder and all that sort of crap. But she ends up going to Africa, and yeah, she's going to miss him. You know, she even has the picture of him and her together, and it's quite it was quite an emotional moment for Lois, and she even got to see the suit. Obviously, remember at Comic-Con trailer, she was there with the suit, so she's seen the suit. And the line, now I can see why certain people on Twitter have been saying looks so much better in Technicolor, because that's what Lois says when she sees the suit. Looks so much better in Technicolor. Brilliant. Lex. I've got to talk about Lex, because the guy that played Lex is the actor is called Mackenzie Gray, and he played the Doctor from season 5 Cyborg episode, and his mannerisms were spot on. It was like watching an older version of Michael Rosenbaum as far as I was concerned, because everything he did, he must have, I mean, obviously they must have negotiated some sort of contract with Mackenzie to say, look, we want you to play an older version of Lex, but you need to study how Michael Rosenbaum played Lex from all the previous seasons. That's how you've got to behave, so that the viewers and the fans won't be thinking, oh god, he's no good as Lex, because I'm sorry, but he did well. You know, it was like seeing Lex in the future kind of thing. You know, it was like seeing the Lex Luthor that we are all familiar with, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, he's obviously a clone of the original Lex, because he says that the creator created these clones to heal himself. Obviously, by season 8, he was in no position to actually get himself healed because Oliver had killed him. Then you've got the younger Lex, well, LX11, called Alexander. And as soon as this kid who plays Alexander popped out, I was like, oh my god. It was like all the flashbacks that we had of Lex when he was a young boy just coming to life. And the scene with Alexander and Tess, where they're both just, you know, kneeling on the floor looking at each other, it was like young Lex and Lillian Luthor in some way. It was like seeing, I think something tells me that Tess is going to somehow raise this young Lex, Alexander, but might not be able to control him. I don't think it's going to be an accelerated growth as such. We might still have, but we don't know, but there might still be another Lex clone out there that is of a similar age to the Lex that we all know. But with the young Alexander and then Tess, who knows what's going to happen from there. Okay, all I can see is she's going to bring him up somehow, but I think he's going to make it her life awkward. Not hell, probably awkward.